This week, we find out we broke more shit on the truck. Hey guys, Haley again. Thanks for coming back to the channel. This week we're at RPG Offroad, getting some expert hands on the truck. We've been breaking a lot of stuff recently on the trails, and it's about time we had some expert hands take a look at it. So if you guys remember from a couple weeks ago while we're in the desert, we ended up damaging one of our ABS sensor lines. And at the same token, we started realizing that our bump stop plate wasn't striking correctly in the back of the truck. Well, we took it down to the guys down at RPG to figure out what the hell was going on, and it turns out our axle is not sitting straight. Our axle is not aligned. So somehow over the last couple months of riding, we basically took a little too many hits, bent some of the bolts on the leaf springs, and took our whole rear axle out of alignment. Yeah, I know, we've been riding a little too hard, but since we're here, we wanted to take advantage of taking a tour of the shop, man. The RPG guys have a really cool setup here. Now, one of the things I want to note that makes these guys a little bit different, they always have parts in stock to ship, so if you want control arms, or if you're looking at getting at bumpers, whatever you want, these guys already have a lot of this stuff already made and in stock, so there's no long lead times for any of the work. And I can definitely attest to that. When I ordered my bump stop kit, I had no wait. It shipped right away. Now, one of the gems of this place is all the parts that are here. So all you Raptor guys, or even your F-150 guys looking for spare parts, I highly recommend you guys give RPG a visit. They have so many spare parts here ready to go. So they have a lot of their parts that are ready to go, ready to get bolted on, but just look at all the Raptor parts they have here, from spindles to brakes to calipers. I mean, even an old busted Brembo kit that looks like you could just bolt that on and it'll work. It's got a little bit of scuffs, but not too bad. But so many parts here. So I know a lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram are constantly asking where you can get parts. Here is a place where you can go, guys. And one of the gems that I found here, they had some more of the rare parts that everybody always asks for, like fenders and axles. These guys had several fenders sitting in the back, just sitting there waiting for anybody to come by and buy them. These are all, they look like takeoff Raptor fenders. And then they had a couple of axles back here too, man. They look like Raptor axles. I'm not sure if they are, but if you guys want to get any parts, or you're looking for any parts for your Raptor or for your F-150 conversion, hit RPG up. Now make sure that you actually go and hit them up in person, guys. These guys are really busy. They're not going to answer the phone. You want to buy some parts, go meet them in person. Go to the shop in Irvine. Now, while we were here too, we decided to go ahead and take a look at some of their trucks that are sitting outside. They had a few Raptors that were pretty cool looking. Looks like you have a mid-travel Raptor right here that's got a pretty killer setup up front. They had a Chevy here that looks interesting, but let's face it, guys, it's a Chevy. Who cares about the Chevy? Let's move on to the Ranger. So the Ranger, this is one of their newest builds. They're just starting to develop kits for this thing, and it's already looking pretty mean. I mean, they're already running some nice tires on this thing. It's already got a new RPG bumper. They're working on lights. This thing just looks cool. And it looks like they're going to be coming up with some pretty cool parts for this. So I can't wait to see what these guys do with the Ranger. The Ranger is a very different platform than the Raptor, so you have to treat it very differently. You have to consider all the upgrades you have to do, all the reinforcement you have to do, all the skid plates. There's so many products that can be made for this thing, and RPG is out here already trying to get started on it and developing kits for it, which is really cool to see. I always get a kick out of checking out these other setups. I mean, it's like suspension porn looking at these things, man, with that setup up front with the dual shocks, the carbon fiber fenders. I mean, these are just some good looking trucks they had on here. Someday, maybe, someday, but that's a lot of money to get to that point. So I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. And these guys do quite a bit of customization too. You can see the same arms, different colors. Just look at that, man. That just looks cool. Yeah, maybe someday we'll figure that out. All right, enough of these expensive builds. Let's get back to the trucks. So I came out of the blue during the week after work, guys, and these guys took me in, I mean, right then and there. I thought I was going to come in, they would take a look, kind of give me an idea of what it was, and then we schedule it. But no, man, these guys dropped everything, put the truck into the bay and started working on it right away and starting to get it fixed. Now, as you can see from the back here, we ended up replacing the bolts that hold the leaf springs in place. These are some of the bolts that we bent, and they basically spent the time to properly align the whole back end and put me new strike plates. So here's the bolts that we took out. It's a very slight bend, but it was enough to basically get the whole rear axle out of alignment, combined with everything else that was going on back there. But one thing I really want to point out here, guys, I actually came in person here, and because of that, I was able to meet the owner, Corey, and he was one of the guys actually working on my truck to get it sorted. It only took him a couple hours to get it done. In the process, they gave us new plates, new bolts in the back, and spent the time to properly align everything correctly. You know, and the new plate is much longer so that it can take into account how often we're on the trails, so we won't have any problems with striking anymore. And you know, the back end's all sorted now, so I'm real happy with the work they did. Now, at the same time, too, we couldn't help ourselves. We ended up picking up some parts for Scrapper, who's doing his F-150 Raptor conversion build, so, you know, look out for those on the new build. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. We're going to do a couple update videos here on some more of the damage that your truck faced and get you guys updated as to what we're going to do next. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.